Throw on first down with Jackson. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
There's the stiff arm. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
A gain of 14. And the Panthers
21-0 our score after one. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And once again, this is Sanders. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 more yards for him there. It's a first down.
First down, Panthers.
Down at the 35. It'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the gun, Jackson. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Jackson looking to throw on third. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 18. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Now Jackson on second down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Christian Watson. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson down to the 42, second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. That is caught. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Despite writing it down in my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. this first half. And the Cowboys have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the second time in the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. The Panthers now set to take over offensively. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Jackson now. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Hey, middle. Report.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Hey, Ozzy, 13. Sit high.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He finds his receiver, Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. Right side, it's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. Good move at the 30. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Jackson. Shakes off the sag. Fights through, and now a crease. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Jackson from the shotgun. And this one complete to Smith. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him. On 2nd down, Jackson.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Now this is going to be a quarterback draw. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. To throw is Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 3rd and goal, Jackson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Rashee Rice from 3 yards out. And the Panthers are able to cut into that deficit. Gold with the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. There's a screen play. This is strong.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
The 2nd down throw now from Stroud. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Stroud now on 3rd and 2. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Cowboys 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Second and 10.
Seven Pirates!
Now they'll go play action here with Stroud. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Atlanta, where you see the final score there. Joe Burrow, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. We just watched a very good first half out of the Ohio State man, C.J. Stroud. He came out of the gate smoking hot with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes to help steer his guys towards this halftime lead. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final adjustments as we speak. Which of these 2 teams is going to advance to the NFC title game next Sunday? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon God.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work to run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now is Stroud. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now is 2nd and 10. Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Rice. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. Fights as Sanders has it poked free.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Jackson on first down. That'll be caught by Rice. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Give him 11 yards that time. Great position here. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
York able to send this one through. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Another run with Sanders. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Here's Jackson to throw. Going back to the same well, it's Hawkinson again. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 73 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Now Jackson on 1st down. And it's caught. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A good pickup there, 21 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Sanders diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front, giving him at least a stalemate in order to find that space?
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't it? Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
34-yard line.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Able to find the open man. That's complete. A big play here for Dallas. 47 yards. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Well, no doubt here in the 4th quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Well, the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. But normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Elijah Higgins. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cowboys are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. The Cowboys offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. Stroud's going to try to throw for the conversion. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Unable to corral him. He fights through. 4. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Devontae Smith. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. the 26-yard line.
Jackson. Catch made by Watson on the out route. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And complete once again to Watson. And he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
At the Cowboys' 27-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
That is caught at the 7. And the Panthers are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Miles Sanders with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Gold with the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to the hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A nice little juke. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Get it! Go!
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Got it! Ready? Cowboy 80!
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Gets around him. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Holding offense.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
There he goes, left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 104 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And out of bounds right around the 20. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now to change things up, Stroud will throw it. To the right side, here's Moore. That's good for a 1st down. Here's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
This is caught. Touchdown. Michael Miller, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. The Cowboys offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2.
Ready?
They'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner,
They do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Looking to throw on second down. Langford. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Sanders.
It's a gain of 10.
On first down, Langford. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Now 2nd and 5. Back to throw again. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And quickly they get to the line. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. Langford. The throw right side here going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game.
It's caught at the 10. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Looking to throw. Langford. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
At the 5-yard line.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline, he's going to throw this one down to Fort Worth. He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Panthers. Devontae Smith, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Panthers get a bit closer. So again, line up and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Looking deep here for Chase. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jamar Chase, 43 yards. And the Cowboys have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Well, they certainly have the look of a team with something to prove, don't they? All week, as we prepared for this game, we kept reading about how they said they're going to play a full 60 minutes this week. Has nothing to do with their opponent. No disrespect intended, but they wanted to be people of their word, playing this thing all the way out, trying to finish it strong.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And it looks like the Panthers hands team does its job.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
One last shot at the end zone. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.